One day, after several sleepless nights, I sat down to figure out what was bothering me. I jotted down 4 problems, and I realized I had been paralyzed by procrastination. None of my dilemmas had simple solutions, so I kept putting off dealing with them. After writing them down, I asked a simple question about each one. What little step can I take right now towards addressing this problem? One required a phone call, and with another I had to make a tentative decision. The third problem needed a conversation, and the fourth was a matter of my sitting down with my calendar. I wasn't able to tackle the whole of each problem, but I got off dead center by figuring out the next little step. My daughter and my son-in-law are doing the same thing with their finances. Like so many young couples, they started marriage with too much debt. Now they have cut up their credit cards, reduced their spending, started paying off their bills, starting with the smallest. Step by step, they're gaining ground in their pursuit of financial security. We're never sure what will happen a year from now, but the next step is often more or less obvious if we think about it. So in facing any vexing problem, make up your mind to prayerfully take the next logical step by faith. Dell Carnegie began his famous book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, by describing a medical student who was profoundly anxious about the future, graduating from school, establishing a practice, making a living. He was working himself into a nervous breakdown. Then one day in 1871, he read 21 words from the writings of Thomas Carlyle that changed his thinking. The young man later became the most famous physician of his era. He organized the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and became Regius Professor of Medicine in Oxford. His name was Sir William Osler, and these are the words that he read. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Jesus taught us in the Sermon on the Mount, don't be anxious about tomorrow. God will take care of your tomorrow too. Live one day at a time. There's a lovely little verse in Genesis 24 spoken by Abraham's servant Eliezer. While on a mission to find a bride for Isaac, he used this telling phrase, I, being in the way, the Lord led me. When you don't know what to do next, cast out fear and seek light for the next step. Trust God for guidance in small increments. And if you can't see what lies dimly in the distance, do what lies clearly at hand.